Like, it's never
Coming
gonna
up
be a good
on My Time to
outcome,
Talk.
even with your best intent, like that you've sent your kid away. I don't feel like there's any kid that's gonna feel good about that. So that wouldn't be my first option, basically, is to send them away.
13-year-old boy in your household and you haven't actively seen them with a gang, like what would, do you know what I mean?
Always out, or coming in with new stuff that you haven't bought. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's a biggie. And
you are bedbound. There's no movement from you. There is no life. You're not doing anything. Do you get what I mean?
Well, why aren't you doing the song?
why won't you do it?
Do you know what I
come
mean?
from Africa as
So,
well.
and that was it. That's basically what the spin he's tried to use. And was some Ethiopia, one woman was like, Ethiopia, Christianity started in Ethiopia. How dare you say, do they know it's Christmas in Africa? Do you know what I mean?
Yes, we know it's
damn
Christmas.
Jack Crow, of course we know it's
yes, we
Christmas.
know it's Christmas.
Anyway.
Doing
It's
worse, usually.
not saying that was
Watch worse. Oh, where did you write that?
do you want them to be in my business.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Oh gosh, can you? No copyright on that.
I don't think anybody owns the rights.
Right,
Still alive for Jingle Bells.
it's my time to talk. It's my
Christmas!
Oh gosh, she hasn't changed.
Someone's already in the Christmas spirit. They didn't get dressed today.
That's just her colour.
And I've eaten twice today.
Right.
Answer to the riddle is
Map.
Map.
yeah, map.
So we're back. We'll start with weekly affair. Well,
I'm gonna go first.
no,
Go.
no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Go on
first.
then.
So, my weekly affair is
Oh dear.
the bill that's passed for youth. Well, assisted.
Assisted living. Oh, you
That's
got.
what I was going to say.
Oh,
Carry on now. Go.
So yes, so we did speak about this before.
The bill that's
I
passed
wanna
for
finish.
assisted dying.
It hasn't
Is that the correct way to say
It
it?
hasn't completely been passed yet. It's gone through the first hit. Carry on anyway.
Yeah, so it's they've basically allowed you to vote freely, or well, not you, the MPs to vote freely about it. So like normally the parties would say like this is what we're saying as a party, like this is what we would recommend that you would vote, sort of thing. But in this instance, they just said like go with what you think, and a lot of people obviously said like they agree with the thinking, because a lot of other countries have introduced it, bar Sweden now. So like I genuinely feel like unless you've been there, it's not your business. Do you get what I mean? So with like the same thing with like abortions and stuff like that. Like it is, it's your choice after all. The same way you can choose to drink yourself to death, smoke yourself to death, inject yourself to death. Do you get what I mean? Like there's so many other ways that you can kill yourself. So that's all free will as well. So if you are really suffering, not saying like you've just really had a bad day or you've had a series of bad days and then said, okay, I'm just gonna, like they have said that they would speak about the precautions that they're gonna take, but they said it would be a really long road, so it's not gonna be really helping anyone in the instance that it is, like
It's only in the
probably
early stages at the moment.
But I feel like it's not necessarily a negative, but it is like it's a sad positive, I feel like. So so that's my weekly affair this week.
Yeah, I saw it and thought similarly. Oh my God, we was just talking about this a couple of weeks ago.
Exactly.
And felt very similarly to Rish. Obviously, we had a similar point of view on the topic anyway. Just in the terms of going back to what we were talking about, like if and this is what they are applying it to. if you've got less than 6 months to live. So those are the terms at the moment. Obviously, there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be, policy and procedure that needs to be put in place to make sure that vulnerable people aren't exploited, or if it's like a financial gain or these people don't understand what they're doing, then obviously yes, that just goes without saying to me. But if this is somebody that is within their right mind, they know I've got 6 months, and that 6 months could just be hell on earth. So why are you prolonging the thingy, whereas you could use that time where you are still of able body, if that's your situation, to maybe go and do something, have that holiday of a lifetime, or complete some of the things off the bucket list, and then you can say, this is the day that I am, I'm checking out. I don't see what's wrong with that, and I feel it's pitiful that we allow dogs to have that dignity and we don't allow humans to have that dignity. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't sit there and watch a dog suffer or a cat suffer. You would go to the vet and the vet would put the dog down, and they would say it's in the dog's best interest to think it's not going to live, it's not living a thingy life.
Yes, if
put it down,
if I'm not getting better, if there's no cure or there's no thingy to say okay, once again you have been diagnosed as you are dying, not I'm in pain, a lot of pain. You are literally, there is nothing we can do. Do you get what I mean? And bar a miracle, which, don't get me wrong, I know that people they say you've got 6 months and then you last a year, but you're still dying. Do you get what I mean?
And that's where individual choice still comes. It's not you have to do this.
And a lot of the time, I feel like it's when you are sticking around, when you are someone who has suffered from that. You're sticking around for the people that love you, and it's not really because you want to be there anymore. It's because you want to be close to the people that love, are loving of you. Do you get what I mean?
So my way of thinking is that it's a slippery slope. There's that probably started off in Switzerland. It probably started as that. Oh well, this person's just dying anyway. So
I think it's Sweden.
We'll give.
I think it's Sweden.
Switzerland, I think. But anyway, I mean, it probably started like that over there. But as I said, there was a case where the young man thought that he's only 40, and he thought I'm always gonna be in this depression. I'm always gonna be a manic depressive. So I think I will go to Switzerland and kill myself. And that's what he did do. Do you know what I mean? He didn't have an illness. And that is the slope that we are on, as far as I'm concerned. Once we start it, we can't pull the brakes. After, one time probably abortions were, if you've been raped, you deserve to have an abortion. Now, it's I don't really want this child. Let me have an abortion. So there is. I know it's going to the extreme, but these things do end up going to the extreme. And also, if there is somebody that's going to be on a terminal, they've got terminal cancer. Let's say they could live for 3 more years. And as you said, go on them bucket list dates type of thing, but they will think to themselves, you know what, I'm going to be a burden to my kids. So I think I will go down that lane, that way. I'll just kill myself. And they had 3 more years to go. Do you know? Or they might have even had a diagnosis and then got better. And that didn't happen for them, you know what I mean? That didn't happen for them. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be something that people should have a choice. But let's keep it on the basis of when and if. Doctors used to do that. They did used to say, well, give a patient more morphine when they knew that they weren't going to live. They used to give them more morphine without people actually knowing. I mean, Shipman killed 70 odd people Do you know what I mean? And some of them were people that they thought, you know, I'm going to die anyway. You know, like, could you just give me what's it? But I'm saying that you're going to make it.
They asked. He's
Yeah,
just gone and
but I'm saying, well, we don't know if they didn't ask.
I feel like
No.
the
You know what I mean? It's like when you make it legal.
No, but I feel like the stages that to where you're saying that it could get to is a very far cry from the people that like it would be affecting in the interim of this getting passed, sort of thing. Like, because within a certain point, if you've got less than 6 months to live, that would kind of mean that you are in a bed, you are bed bound. There's no movement from you. There is no life. You're not doing anything. Do you get what I mean? Not very much space to even have conversation with people because you're exhausted because of whatever they're doing to give you that treatment. I don't think
that's
my head, the idea of like the people who are suffering from cancer and to know that they have that diagnosis, they've lost like, you know, hair, fingernails, and then it's like, okay, in a like everything has been done kind of way. There are situations where they get better, but then there are also situations where the doctors will tell you this is not going to get better.
I do agree, and I do see the reasoning behind it all.
And those kind of things, I feel like that is where then you are I'm here, I'm inside here, but this ain't me no more. Do you know what I mean?
Yourself, and that's what I believe it has to be.
Whereas like something like just to say like something like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or something like that to me, okay, like sometimes they've lost sense of themselves.
Anyway.
So that for me, I would say, it would be very difficult to say,
because how
like
can
you can't consent to that.
Exactly.
So in that realm, like
but those are the people that probably would need that, because like they're never gonna have a life, you know, where they identify with people or they know who they're around.
So
it might even be, you know, but
they can't say how long they've got to live with Alzheimer's. Like a lot of the times with Alzheimer's, they don't die of Alzheimer's, they die of not taking care of themselves, or you know what I mean, like malnutrition, things like that, because of their cognitive impairment, basically, with Alzheimer's. So that would be very, and this is where obviously it is going to take people like that really understand all of these types of conditions and issues. It's going to take medical professionals, it's going to take the patients themselves that have been through this and are going through this, actively going through this, and see from both sides. So it's not just people that want to do it, also hear from the people that don't want to do it, and then kind of try and think of the law according to that, which is how I feel like informed consent should be, basically.
But don't forget, I mean, people like that Dr. Shipman, do you know, he killed people because he was standing to gain off their death. Do you know what I mean? So we don't know if the doctor that is going to be asked to do the injection or do the pills or something like that hasn't got something to gain. I mean, and these things can get out of hand.
And their family members also. That you've got, like, how do you know that their family members haven't coerced them to do it because they've got more to gain? Like, I understand it, but what I feel like is the 6 months bit. Like, it has to me, it has to kind of stay at the 6 month bit. Like, if you're going beyond that, then I agree. If you're going beyond that scope, then I kind of agree.
The process of it, there needs to be 3 different doctors that have said that you are terminally ill,
and you're cognitively able to
and that
say that
you're
you
okay
want to
with
do
it, and
this,
that you have therapy, the same way that they allow you to go and chop
if you want to have a sex change or
you have to
go through therapy, and I believe there's a way that
there's a way, but I don't think that it should be left up to a government.
No, I don't believe
policy or anything like that, because
the
people
can just be
the person that is my MP might be okay about, you know, like giving away that that vote type of thing, and I'm one of their constituents,
and they
I
may
would
have
not
an
agree with
ulterior
it.
motive as to why they want, you know, these people out of the system of, you know what I mean? You don't know, like, yes, I understand politicians have their own
I don't
motives,
think politics should
do you know
be
what I mean? So yeah,
in
I
something so
but our
personal.
healthcare is wrapped up in
politics
anyway,
yeah.
so we're
Very
beyond
true.
that point, you know, we're already dealing with the devil, so it's how you kind of get what you want out of it, is what I'm thinking.
I think it's a shame that we've come to that, actually, that way of thinking, that we should do something like that under, you know, Parliament. But as he says, it's on its way.
In order for you to get anything like as an option, it has to go through Parliament. Because in order for us to fucking tell everyone apparently to just sell sanitary products for free, that needs
that's
to be
never,
passed
and is that never gonna happen? And now you're ready to kill my family.
Been doing it, because UK does
Same with tuition fees.
And they will give you a condom free, but they won't give you a blooming something that we need free. Well, you know, make it make sense. But anyway,
that's our weekly affair.
Mine actually is the Bob Geldof thing, the Feed the World thing again, and the controversy that's going on around. It smacks of like, well, that's true. You know, African people are saying like, you keep bringing this song out, you know, and there is entrepreneurs in Africa, and people like Ed Sheeran and Fuso says that he's like, you know, why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep, I'm an entrepreneur, I can't get stuff over to people to say, well, I'm doing this for Africa, when there's a song coming out, Feed the World, again, and we're in 2024, you know, like the first one, admittedly, was probably in well, actually, no, because I didn't agree with the first one either. Actually, do you know what I mean? It's like there is people that are starving in England. You know, and it's not just feel that you've got the Red Nose Day. Okay, do you know what I mean? Like that will go to mainly to the British people, I'm supposing, and I do actually agree with Ed Sheeran and you know that come on, it's like stop with this. You know, Africa is all poor when everything that you've got, everything you've got in England, a lot of things that you've got in England comes from Africa. Why, you should be saying, why is Africa so poor when there is so much in Africa? You know, what are we doing that is making Africa so poor is what people probably should be saying, because there's priceless diamonds coming out of Africa, there's ore coming out of Africa, there is gold coming out of Africa, there's oil coming out of Africa. How is Africa so poor? Do you know what I mean? How is Africa so poor? Yes.
No, the whole point.
If you look at
Africa,
the
thing in the lyrics, so like it would be, there's no snow in Africa. There's no. Do they know it's Christmas in Africa? Do they eat in Africa? So it's all like very patronising, and obviously each celebrity is given a lyric. So Fuse in 2014, no, because Ed Sheeran did it in 2014.
Yeah, but he's saying I don't want to do it anymore.
DG, Ed Sheeran, and I think it was One Direction, were like the top selling artists at that point in 2014. So Bob Geldof obviously approached them all to do the song, so through their managers. So the rest of them have obviously done it. Fuse said no. So when it's got back down to Bob Geldof, he's like, well, why aren't you doing the song?
Why won't you do it?
Do you know
you
what
come
I mean?
from Africa as
So,
well.
and that was it. That's basically what the spin he's tried to use. And he was like, oh, other people from Africa are doing the song. And he was like, I don't agree with the lyrics. Like, if you change the lyrics and like modernise it, like we can still do the same thing, but like change it up. Because he said to me, that was the bane of my life, that child, because I came from Africa, and he said I do go, because one of the lyrics is there's no peace at Christmas time in Africa, and even some Ethiopian woman was like, the the fuck is he on about? Do they know it's Christmas in Africa? She said even from the 80s, I was like, does he know in Ethiopia, Christianity started in Ethiopia? How dare he say, do they know it's Christmas in Africa? Do you know what I mean?
But Ed Sheeran says he wants his voice out of it.
Off the new one.
Because he was in the new one.
But on the old one, this is what I'm saying. He said to Fuse, "Oh no, he's not changing the lyrics. I'll see you there on Monday." That's what he said.
That's what he says.
So then he can't.
You mean be there? Because you're one of the stars. You're one of the stars. And the lyrics are staying.
He didn't turn up. And then obviously there was like a smear campaign against him, innit? So what you call it? He said by the time now. All of this has happened. He said his manager has got him an interview with The Guardian, and he was able to then, in 2014, explain why, like, the negative connotations behind it. Do you know what I mean?
There's a way to raise money without taking away the dignity and pride and identity of the people. Just made the point that on the surface, it looks like we're raising money, but in the long run, we're losing out in revenue from tourism to investment. You'd feel sorry for Africa, give you £2 a month, but you wouldn't really go there and give more. So when I gave that perspective, he understood. And even bringing it back to today, we need to show dead bodies of Ukrainians in order to raise money for Ukraine. And that's what's been happening with Band-Aid. It was a dead body of an African on X Factor finals in order to... Do you remember that?
No,
I don't. Because we're so numb to these images of Africa on our TV.
He said, like, back in the day, you've then you've taken a lot of revenue out of Africa by doing that song. And because people are there thinking...
Because they're thinking, oh, well, they're
poor.
Do you know what I mean?
They're thinking, oh,
they haven't got nothing over there.
There's nothing over there.
You know
Seeing Africa as one whole...
and it's a continent. They're saying it is a country and it's a continent.
Famine is famine. Like, there's famine all over the damn world.
And there's starvation in England.
There's people at the traffic lights right now.
Exactly.
Who would do anything
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, like, start with the...
So, yeah, he's refusing
Do you
to take
know it's Christmas?
Ed Sheeran's voice off it. And now they're doing a 40-year documentary. So that's what that Fuse is trying to get people to boycott it.
About people at the traffic lights? Because are we just going to have this as a thing now?
This is what it's like. Skid Row's turning into it. You just see tents popped up.
So that's what we're paying for, like a whole council tax to see people just homeless.
Christmas No. So he's changed the lyric. He's changed the thing as well, and he's got a song out now. Yes, we know it's Christmas. Yeah, and he's got like African kids singing, yes, we know it's Christmas. But,
yes, we know it's Christmas.
You know what I mean?
Yes, we know it's Christmas.
Damn Jack Crow, of course we know it's Christmas.
Anyway, what's yours?
You took both of mine. So that was my backup. That was my first one. So I think we're done with the weekly affair.
Another weekly affair.
So we got the dilemma.
We've got some semblance of a dilemma.
Oh no. I was saying, was it you I was saying to?
That I need to go to the spa? Yeah.
No. I was saying that now my hair's out. It's like, what do I do with it?
You do the same thing that he's doing.
I know, that's what you keep saying. It's like, I had to put it in extensions again, I think.
What's wrong with it? This is exactly how it looked. In extensions. I don't understand what you think you're missing.
Yeah, but usually I don't wear my hair up like this. Remember, you always tell me, oh, put your hair up.
Up all the way up?
No. I don't like it. I like it to be out.
You used to have that like little banana clip. Do you remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like had the teeth. Yeah, and it was you used to always wear it off your face.
True. Don't like it like that anyway.
Okay.
Why not?
Are we ready?
Come on.
Right, Sky then. Let's get started.
It's the dilemma.
Right. So forgive me. This is like.
Kill them both.
Ready? Kill them both. Oh God, that could be an option.
Ooh.
Okay, so I don't know whether to do it from your perspective or which perspective should I do this from?
You know you do narration.
Okay, I'm gonna do it because there's a Okay, so
I always forget like unnecessary shade for him.
So you are
I am.
You are the parents of a young boy. He's 13. He lives in the UK, but he's of African descent. You're all of African descent. Yeah?
Right.
So your parents have a young boy, you all live in the UK, but
Which
you're of
part of
African
Africa? Because
descent.
depends on the outcome.
Let's just say
Because it's Nigerian, yeah. He's probably
Ghanaian.
Okay, they're a bit sweeter.
It's not stipulated, so let's just say Ghanaian for now.
Go, yeah. African descent.
African descent, yeah? Now, you are getting the suspicion that your young child, 13, remember, so just going to secondary school, they're going on the bus now, bit more independence. Obviously, there's certain things you just, you have to trust them in it.
No.
So you don't know thingy, but you're starting to see maybe signs that your child's not the same, changing attitude a little bit. There's local gangs in the area that you live in, so you believe that they are involved with a gang.
Mm-hmm.
You have the option to send your child back to Africa to boarding school. You're gonna stay in the UK.
This is your dilemma. Should you send your child back to boarding school?
This is the dilemma. Do you send your child back to boarding school because you're thinking
that's going
to
stay
be
in England,
a better thingy, but you can't afford to all go? So
did we all move here?
Yeah, you're all here.
No,
but he was born here. He was born here.
Or born
you
there?
don't know. You're not looking at my stuff, are you?
Oh,
carry on anyway.
Why was on there, church going woman?
Sorry. No, I mean,
the only two apps you need is Contacts and Bible. That's it. That's all you need. Oh, and the gym.
Me and the man stem.
Okay, it's not stated. Okay. But let's just say they're all African and came to the UK together then.
Okay. I would say that there's no way my child's going to a boarding school and I'm not in the same country as them. There's no way that I'm going to have 9 months of pregnancy and I'm going to have to think about sending my child to Africa. And I'm not going to. Now, if I'm going to, different, different. But there's no way my child, I'd rather just send her out of the area where I am and we all move than send them to Africa by themselves in a boarding school.
What would you do about the gangs?
I don't know. That's what I says. I'd rather think about like spending that same money and moving to a different area, if anything, to get him out of that system, or even send him on a holiday to Africa for a month or something like that. But there's no way my child's going to a boarding school in a country where I am not in that country. No way whatsoever.
From my understanding, I don't know what kid has ever been sent away from their parents and appreciated it. Like generally, even when they've been shit parents, like even the kids still like they weren't there, and you're like, but like she was a drug dealer in hell. What did you expect?
Yeah, exactly.
What did you expect, babe? So, like, regardless, I feel like a child always is going to want to be with their parents, so that's going to be resentment.
But really, that is your dilemma, not their dilemma. Your dilemma is, should I send him to...
Well, this is what I'm doing.
That's what she's saying. That's the thing she would be thinking.
So,
as
like,
a
I would be
parent,
thinking, like, it's never going to be a good outcome, even with your best intent, like, that you've sent your kid away. I don't feel like there's any kid that's going to feel good about that. So, that wouldn't be my first option, basically, is to send them away. But obviously, with the gang thing, if it's an immediate issue, then I would say, like, the best workaround that I've seen is to send them to every after school activity that is
Keep
thinking,
them busy.
and have like one booked cabman that is basically your driver for that child. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, you get him from here, and then he goes there, and then from there he goes here, and then you drop him home, and I want him on the Ring doorbell. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To that point. Do you know what I mean? If it has to get to that point where you know, you're doing everything you can to then eventually get out of that area, because you're not going to stop a whole area from being...
So question, what would you class as something that would, like that moment that I was describing, where there's just that change in behaviour? So when does it go from that to thinking that he's in a gang? Like, what would it be for you guys in your household? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so say if it was a 13-year-old boy in your household and you haven't actively seen them with a gang, like, what would... Do you know what I mean?
Always
what would be
out.
the things that...
Always out, or always in the bedroom, or always on the phone, or or coming in with new stuff that you haven't bought.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
That's a biggie.
That's a big one.
And there is parents, and that is a shame about it. There is parents that actually know that they didn't buy that stuff, and it's in the house, and they help, and they don't even care.
Yeah, but they're taking it because they're helping towards the bills, and they don't want to ask no questions.
They would never think about sending that child to Africa and be like, where would my money come from then?
But then...
True that.
One of the things I think would be like that immediate, like, if you got quite a good connection with your son, then they stop telling you stuff, because your intuition isn't going to change as a mom. So it just gets to the point where whether you're lying to me or not, do you know what I mean? Like, for Beanie, he will go to the toilet, and regardless of what I hear, I know what he's done in that toilet. So when I'm coming out and asking you the question, it's not because I need to know the answer, it's because I'm trying to see whether you're going to lie or not. Do you know what I mean? So when it gets to the point where he's like, no, do you know what I mean? And then getting defensive over it, and not having like a little, like, I think that's when I would know,
type of thing,
okay, like, I already
He's
know
lying.
you're doing some shit. So, like, because it's changing and I see you kind of breaking away. Or if, like,
he
when
starts
you do...
answering back.
Yeah, and I feel like that, like, immediate, like, like, I've asked you to do something, and it's like what's your problem? Like, that kind of thing. That's when I'd be like,
something's changed.
Something's happened, because, like, we're not like that. Do you get what I mean?
And I think that's it, when you know you're not like
you're not
that.
like that.
Very similarly to both of you, there's no way my child's going anywhere without, one of his parents. And that's the thing, like, I feel like,
especially with a boy.
Yeah, like, you could make that decision to, like, thinking, like, okay, to help our family, as you said, one of us is going to have to take him, like, to Africa for, you know what I mean? Or wherever it is that you guys are from.
Cut the...
Or just away from here. Like, or as you said, like, if it's not, like, away, just... Like, somebody...
It's like, cut that habit.
To cut the time,
I did not have them for someone else to raise my child.
But I still feel like they
need
a parent there, wherever they went, whether that meant splitting the family, and that would be terrible. But you've still invested in that child, do you know what I mean? And I believe until that child can, legally say otherwise, that's your responsibility. And shipping them off to boarding school, and I know we say like shipping off, like,
I've been to boarding school.
Why not try boarding school in England then?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, why? Yeah, no, but I'm saying, if that's what
if you're gonna go boarding school, then
because obviously people do.
This is what I was saying before. Like, in the deeper thing of it, like, obviously, I do, like, appreciate everything that our older generations, like, did in terms of sacrifice to get us here, even though I don't understand what it was after a certain while. Obviously, I know through other people's opinions and different like thinkings, but it would be nice to have heard what was it that kept you here. Do you get what I mean? Like, for you, but like to know that, like, we've basically had experiences that they will, like, we will never understand, sort of thing. Do you get what I mean? In scope to like like their generation and our generation have lived two different things, but then we're now kind of trying to merge that into one kind of culture, when really, like, there's an understanding that we won't always have. We've lived two different things, because your culture and your understanding would be saying, okay, well, this is how it was done. This is where we're coming from. Why do you not understand that?
But
this
really,
is where we're coming from. But they're like, because we never lived that.
They think that sending them back is the cure to that. But it's still not going to work, because they
that is the same thing that happened in our families over here, because our parents didn't understand how England ran, and they weren't in school, they weren't of school age. So, like, we had to go to school in this country, what I mean? We had to live with the bullies, live with the if our parents had says, like, oh, we're going back to Jamaica because we don't really like it, we would have gone, hooray! Because it was so bad, But if they were going to say, we're going back to Jamaica and we're leaving you here, it would have been like, no. You know what I mean? No. And that's not going to happen.
That's where I say, like, on the flip side of things, you don't know what misery they were going through in Jamaica to think, oh, okay, it's going to be a better life over there, but you also would never understand. So like their thing, it's like, where you're tall and you want to be shorter, and you're short when you
grass isn't always green.
So it's like you never understand everyone's experience. They can only explain their own plight. And for me, it's like same thing. All I'm gonna say is that we in this cold ass country. Why was that? And but I'm just to understand it, not having like a thinking, but to say we've all moved here from this country that we've been born and raised, you've taken us here for whatever reason, and a lot of times in the black community you don't tell your kids shit, like in the older generation they don't tell your kids shit, so they feel like, no, this is grown people business, but you're just
uprooting life,
you're just making decisions for these people that you haven't even explained to them why you're making that decision, because your dads went through this. Like, stop hiding people's digressions because of your shame. Do you get what I mean? Like, if something has happened within the family, that's then a scar on them that you think, oh, well, we're moving away from it. No, it's a scar. They're feeling it as well as your kid. Do you get what I mean? They know when your shit ain't correct the same way. So, like, that same way you would have felt that disconnect with your child, you would have known that you're having to impart this on them anyway, that we've moved here to a new thing, that everyone's taking a piss out of your accent or the way that you look or all that shit. Do you get what I mean? You're going to school here. You never had to go to school here. Like, at least the people in my school look like me. Do you get what I mean? When we're taking the piss out of each other, it's just on an even keel. It's not like any problem. But now I'm getting, like, people taking the piss out of me and I'm being racist. But I want friends. I want people to be able to speak to.
Well, that's exactly how it was. And it's like he was just saying, when it comes to sort of like telling your family, telling your parents, like, you could send your child over to Africa then, and that child could say, like, well, I've been picked on, because I've got a London accent or whatever, and you're going to say, I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Because you need to be over there to get some culture, you think whatever you think that
must have been what's lacking, and that's why you've got
that path.
But that's what I think, like, the same. It is the communication the same. Like, I feel like even in like that kind of scenario, before it's got to the boarding school bit, like, where was the actual
bit between
like the reasoning, like obviously, just full disclosure, sorry, if you open it again, like, I literally was scrambling, so I saw, like, as I was on Instagram, this article popped up literally 3 hours ago. A 13-year-old boy has initiated a court case to return to the UK, claiming he was abandoned by his parents at a boarding school in Africa. The boy, who cannot be named because of his age, says he went to an African boarding school due to fears of gang involvement, which he vehemently denies.
Yeah.
The boy contacted the British consulate and a child welfare organisation for help. I'm thinking this is some smart ass 13-year-old for a start, because how did he know how to do all that? Alleging emotional and physical abandonment. His barrister, Deirdre Foxtrell Casey, argued that the parents' decision to relocate him was a stark and brutal act made without consultation. The boy described the experience as humiliating and claims he's receiving inadequate care at the boarding school. He also expressed he's upset at being made fun of by his friends in the UK for being deported, because that's what his friends are saying now. At the hearing, the boy's lawyers urged the court to order his return to the UK, emphasising the emotional and psychological harm he is enduring. Foxtrell criticised the parents' reliance on extreme measures, suggesting their fears of gang violence were exaggerated.
Oh, what's it? Mine wasn't even gang.
Hold
on a minute, because mine wasn't even gang violence, and I went to a boarding school, and it was just like within the first 3 months, I said to them, "Can I come home? Because I don't like it," and they said no. Because that meant that you're going to go into care then, because we feel that you're not being... Your health is in jeopardy. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So let's put that in a gang situation. And I was only, 10 miles up the road. Can you imagine if they'd have sent me back to Jamaica? Yeah. And my parents did that type of thing, and like...
Well, I'd say first of all,
I would have wished that I could have got in a lawyer, because I would have left.
There would be like, those people are not your friends. The people who are saying that you've been deported.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
For a start. But that's a 13-year-old mentality.
Yeah, it is a 13-year-old
mentality.
For anyone to be able to, I feel like he's right. You have been abandoned, because how can you send me to another country and you're not here?
You're not here.
Like, that's
out of order. Boarding school at that.
That is out of order.
And like,
it would be one thing if he said, like, written down, like, I want to go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they all agreed and he said, yeah, I want to go, then fair enough.
It's
like
the
culture.
Like it may have been obviously I'm just reading between the lines here, but it says like abandoned, so it's suggesting that they went
what
there
they had to use.
But
that's what they do with the Asian children as well.
They would threaten them.
You know what I mean? That's what they do with the Asian girls as well.
When they offered to say, we're going back to Pakistan. Do you want to come with us? And I was like, do not get on that.
Do not get on that.
Because I do not want to see.
Say no, because I know.
Time I see
you. Yeah. You know, like you might not remember.
It wouldn't even be a news story. That's the thing. I would never know.
No, I don't agree with them sort of things at all. I mean, like there's got to be another way.
The Yemen.
Yeah, the two sisters that the dad sold them into into marriage and all that, and then a life that was like terrible.
Unless you're absolutely bonkers crazy, you need to be in your kid's life. Sorry. Unfortunately. Don't have them, babes. Man and female, don't have them unless you want to be in their life. Even if they're going to get on your damn nerves. Like, you need to be happy.
Even if they become a doctor later, I don't give a... Do you know what I mean? Let a child have a happy childhood. I mean, if they say, well, I want to come home, I'm sorry. That's right. They're coming home then. Do you know what I mean? I mean, and the culture in Africa for children, especially teenagers, I mean, like, we're not being malicious when we say that they're very strict. Do you know what I mean? Like, the culture is not like the British culture. Yeah,
but that's what they think, that these kids must be lacking there. But I'm saying, no, they're lacking your communication, your your input. It's not also necessarily the school.
You're then like posing, going back to Africa, as a threat for bad behaviour. So any time that you put anything as a threat for a child, they're immediately not going to want to do it.
Becomes
like it's like like it's like, you either do that now or you're going to eat that cake.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's wrong with the cake? Do you know what I mean? You'd be like,
eat your veg, otherwise you're going to have to
This
cafe.
is where they does breed this whole self-hate business and shit. Like, this is the beginnings of it.
That would be the beginning
and
of
then,
it.
Then the same way, then you're seeing it like Africa in a sense of like a negative light. You're proposing that same message.
Bob Geldof is singing "Feed the World," you know, and you're sending me to this place where Bob Geldof is thinking that they're all poor. Do you know what I mean? Exactly.
Because they're not promoting anything else. They're the same way.
But what would you think of your parents sending you somewhere where they're supposed to be so poor?
Because they do the same thing where like the whites will send them to the boarding schools.
Irish used to do that.
The really wealthy ones, they'll send them aboard to these schools. They don't know
their
what
life
the
is
fuck's
terrible.
happening to
Them
them.
army brats
They
that just go from
hate their
country to
parents.
country to country.
Do you know what I mean?
And then they run
Don't
the
have a
country.
connection with them.
And then they come and run the country. That's
But
the
this
worst
is
of
exactly
it.
the same thing
They're
that's happening with
MPs and
the
things like that with a
that's
chip
the
on their
thing.
shoulder.
That's the only difference.
And there are MPs, and they're going to vote us. They're going to vote for us to live or die. Hell no.
But then very much like,
Kemi.
but they're
Be
still
the next
very
Kemi
much
back.
like, they're all still very much braggy though, like within the African culture. It's like, wow, my son's doing this, my son's doing that, which is the
That's
same thing with the
insane.
white people.
Status thing.
So they're like, it's like wealth,
And the
money,
Indians.
like class,
Asian.
wealth, all of that stuff.
Chinese.
So in the same way that they're doing, perpetuating that same message. Do you get what I mean? Like for Bob to be saying, "Oh yeah, feed Africa," it's because the Africans are saying. Do you get what I mean? You're doing the same thing.
You know, you're doing the same thing, you're right. You know what I mean?
But that's
That is
it.
so true.
That's it. There's always the house slave. We've talked about this. You know, they're always problematic in those,
I
times.
still maintain that the house slave had a bad time.
The house slave may have a bad time, but they were profiting off the good times at the same time. That's what I
Yeah.
Kemi again.
They're the ones.
David Lammy.
Yeah. For me, it was Samuel and Jack.
Oh, you mean you're
Django.
talking the conservative woman?
For me, it was Samuel and Django. I was just so.
Yes,
I didn't watch that.
Exactly.
After
just
that,
couldn't
I was
even
just
watch it.
like,
I lick your ass, Nelson.
after that, I was like,
Basically,
Samuel.
Sam, why would you do that, man?
He actually said that. There
Yeah.
was.
I
didn't watch it.
Like he basically, he was like you
the
said, he was the
traitor.
otter.
No wonder
house
they.
slave.
But then,
yeah,
no
he
wonder
just
they
made
keep
me
putting that
like,
shit on.
yeah, you do be acting like that though. And then he said that thing about like the UK actors should stay in the UK or something like that.
Who's Samuel?
And he's done
He was
British
like,
movies.
He's done British
don't do
ones, I know.
there's enough good talent in America. Why are we getting
Why are we
people
getting
from the UK?
British guys to come and do American accents?
So after those two things, I was like,
Okay. You're right.
I still be watching his films just from the side.
Side eyeing.
That wasn't funny. It wasn't that funny.
That's really hilarious.
It wasn't that good. I'm not gonna give it a double like. Just one. Just one like.
God.
I'm gonna double tap it. So what was that?
So that was the dilemma. So now it's much. Have you got
I'm going
one?
first.
Have you got one? You're not going first.
Yes, I am.
You're not going first.
Yes, I am.
Why is she so prepared this week?
Oh, because you complain when I'm not. Here we go. How much is this?
Oh Lord, I'm massive. Oh God.
What is it?
It's a cosmic
That
adventurer,
looks lovely,
including
actually.
2 swings, a climbing frame area.
You know they got that
2
in Camania.
sides.
It's exactly the same, isn't it?
Little bridge.
That one in the middle, isn't it? Exactly the same.
Yeah.
I can't see that. What's it?
I'm
That,
saying like.
Kids
that's lovely
included.
though, actually.
Kids
included.
included.
We ain't selling no children. That's
You have to build
lovely.
it.
Swirly.
Is it a backpack?
For the price, I'm not going to give you a clue. For the price, I would not be expected to.
Oh God, did
I'll
you expect
go
them to
for
come and
5.
do it?
5,000.
Yeah, I'll go for 3.
3,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
1,000 for each hut.
This particular home
That's
front
including
outdoor
them coming and doing
play, all wooden,
Wouldn't that rot and perish?
21,000.
More rough Mongolian.
Wow.
Free delivery though.
Common questions.
Installation
It's how much?
Is that what it says?
at the top. No, it should be there. Installation service available, so it's not included.
That means it's not even included.
Lifetime guarantee, designed for any
I
garden
wonder what
size.
what the accessories.
How is it for?
Let's have a see what the accessories is.
There's no accessory.
You'd never be
This is
able to
their
move that
due
shit. That's a one time.
You know
It's
what I
left.
mean? It's
You have to
gonna be-
add that price onto the house price. when you move.
I actually would put
Included.
I'd put it in the
On top.
local park and say like, and
Payment.
nobody else can go on
Ticket
it.
to go
That's
in.
for my children.
Front
That's
top.
what it is. Yeah.
Mountain
I think so.
Adventure and 3 Jungle Adventure towers, 5 wood roof
That is
upgrades,
for
2
what's it?
bridges,
That's for a
3
park.
meter
That's a
wave
deposit on the
slide,
whole
a
yard,
monkey
are you
bar
mad?
connector,
Yeah,
a
good
spiral
you did
slide,
that.
a gangplank. What's a gangplank? Super
Don't know
Why you
gang
walk
plank,
on?
Rich. Water plank.
What
Oh.
the plank type of thing?
Gang plank.
but not a
You're getting on a
gangplank.
ship.
Gang plank.
Not the gangplank.
That one at the
No,
end.
not the gangplank. Not the gangplank. Sorry, cargo net, bottom
gone
clubhouse,
okay.
in-club picnic
All right, we
table.
get it. It's not
2
like
position
21,000.
swing beam and 2 sling swings.
It's not worth it. Go and build your own.
Oh, do you
No,
wanna
I
know?
wouldn't even build
As
it.
a bonus, do you want to guess what installation is? I've just seen.
Oh
5.
God, you're joking. How much? Well, usually
5.
it's the same price
5
as the what's it?
Grand.
No, I would say it's probably nearly 21
It's
as
gonna
well.
take about 10 minutes to fucking get that
It's probably
shit off.
nearly 21 as well, because usually them things are as much
How
to
much?
build as they are
Are we
to
going 21?
have. I would say probably 19th there.
1,895.
That's not bad. Let's have 2.
After you said, sorry, have you missed the main price? That was
You
the price of
know.
the structure.
Well, if you can afford one,
Yeah, might
then
as
let's have 2.
well. Fuck
Yeah, you know.
Oh, you can add accessories as well.
That's what I just said. Let's see what the accessories are. I can't even see what my price is.
See, he wasn't even prepared today, Mark. Oh, look at the little tyre swing. Didn't even see that bit on there. Oh,
Oh, look at that as well.
That's a new one. Oh, that's a different one.
Same one. It's
Oh,
just
those
a
are
It
van.
was
different
swings
accessories.
before. It was
No,
2
it's
swings
on that
on the
side.
other one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bloody hell.
That is like the one in the bar.
It's looking better than the bar. I
Okay.
want one.
Mine is this.
Why do they not have adult play centres anymore? Oh,
Did they have them ever? I don't remember.
$79.99.
Sorry.
Oh no, wait.
Don't you know your mum?
$179.99.
You probably want to say more than that.
No shit.
What
It's
do you
gonna
think?
be
260.
It's a pram.
264,000.
oh lord,
What do you think?
700 or
No,
what?
Ria, it's way high. It's in the thousands.
Oh god, it's
It is.
Dior.
It's a Dior, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
for God's sake, I
It's
didn't even see
ridiculous
that bit.
money.
How much is
Fine.
it?
Come
Come on, say a
Close
price.
to 100k.
No.
No.
Not God's sake.
I don't
How
know.
much would somebody
Do
possibly
you
pay for a
have
pram?
pictures?
You'd be like 5 years old and you'd be going,
Seven.
you're going in it.
Mom, do you have
7,000.
No. Because they don't
I don't care if you're 5.
carry it out.
Get
Get it
in
in.
your Dior
Get
pram.
in there. No, they'll put their puppy in it next.
Come
Well,
on
no,
then.
the puppy will have its own one.
So what do you think? Come on.
7,000.
Can you give us a
7,000 and yours is?
hint? Can you give me a hint?
It's lower than 7.
5,000.
No, I don't know.
That's my
You've
lucky
locked
one.
in
Okay,
her
you
answer.
can stick with 5.
5,000.
No, she's locked in her answer.
No, because she's fucked it up for me.
No,
so how can I
seven.
lock in? She
You
said it's lower than
said
7,
seven.
and then she's giving you a hint. I didn't get
No,
no
she
fucking
said
hint.
7.
Come on. What's yours?
3,000.
5.
Between 4 and 5.
I've said 3. I've changed. I'm going to say 3. 3.5.
Okay. It's 4,600.
Oh.
Yeah, winner, chicken.
No, it's not
I
actually.
did not.
It's 3,600.
Oh, so I won then.
No.
3,600.
No.
I said 3.5.
Yeah, 3,600.
Mum, you cheated.
No, I did not.
You did, because you gave
Yeah,
her a
all
hint
hashed
to
up.
say
I
it was
never
lower than
cheat.
7. You should have made her lock in at 7.
No. 7? No. I couldn't let her do that.
Yeah, you could have.
When the moon
Hits your eyes like a big pizza pie.
How much
that?
Oh, that's nice. So outside your eyes.
$7.99.
No. This is not Poundland.
No, Poundland are taking the absolute mick. They've got calendars in there for $6.99. I'm sorry.
It'd be
What the hell
$2.99
is
before.
Poundland?
That's it, you know.
What? Poundland is not a
No more than at least £1. I would say that is £50.
I forgot
50
what
and
I forgot what my initial answer was.
20. No, it was lower than that.
You said 70, didn't you?
17.
$17.99.
Something like
What do you want to say?
that. Oh, jeez.
Because I'm not having you dispute it after.
She's just been roasted now because I won how much.
You didn't win your life.
I did win!
What did
Come
you
on!
say?
I said
50
50, yeah.
and 12. I said 12. What did you say?
He's been real aggressive, Mum.
Oh my God.
Come on!
I think I said 17. Something.
17. Okay, it's 32.99.
Oh, that's not bad, actually.
Not bad, is
But I
it?
wonder if it is a real
Are you
ladder,
doing
because somebody
some
probably
Christmas
climb up.
shopping now, Maya?
I was
Yeah.
having a look.
Can you imagine if you saw somebody climbing up it?
They'd be already
It's
dead
got in
after
your
that
window.
first day.
Oh God, imagine.
I wonder
I'm
how
trying
strong
to
it
report
is.
On the first fucking thing. Well, it's not an actual ladder, Mum. It's just lights.
Is it though?
Yes.
Yeah, but it's still got to be strong, hasn't
I
it?
generally
To stay
feel
up.
like that you're getting bumped for that price. You could get it for £17 somewhere.
Yeah, I just
Get closer to Christmas
Just
and then
find-
it'll go down, won't it?
No, it don't go down.
found a bit quick.
You just find
click,
it.
Click, click,
Oh, closer
Just
to
find
Christmas.
it.
click,
Cheaper.
click, 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 click.
Huh?
So what is next?
Hey, congratulations!
Oh,
Isn't it?
Ah.
Blacker.
what are you sending?
So my congratulate goes to bum roll, please.
This how much went pretty fast.
Oh gosh. If we can keep
Okay.
it going a second.
Oh hell no.
Best acting performance at the RTS Awards that was yesterday went to Déja J.
Déja.
Bowens,
Woo, 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 woo.
who played Vita in Champion,
In what?
which was amazing.
Champion. You remember Champion?
Champion!
The show, Mum, that was set in Birmingham. Champion.
No,
Aria,
at the
Beres, Champion, the brother and the sister, music artists. You definitely watched it.
Let's show her a picture. See if that
You said, oh,
So
the
they
rapping was a
remade
bit
as well.
hard to decipher, but it was really good storyline.
Yeah, so yeah, she won best acting
so many
performance.
things.
For
days.
Champion.
Yeah, in the show.
Let me
Which
see.
like she was really excited about it as well. Like
Oh, good.
she wasn't expecting it at all, but it was a really good performance because she also like obviously sang the whole thing as well.
amazing.
I've watched so many things these
And yeah, for her to
in the
get
last
an
few.
award
Let me see.
or to
me.
get recognised.
I can't remember which one it is.
No, that's really good. Big
To
props.
get recognised so early on in her career. So it only came out
Oh,
last
no, I
year.
haven't
No,
watched it.
last year, yes.
I haven't watched it. I
Oh
haven't.
my god.
I haven't.
But yeah, so really good. Congratulations.
Wow.
Amazing.
Wow.
Congratulations. Want to hear mine?
Yeah, go for it.
Mine is congratulations to what's she on my what's it? Please
She talking
get
to
yourself
me
a
like I'm not here.
Congratulations to the Hong Kong entrepreneur who bought the duct taped banana for 6.2 million and ate it.
Get
it.
lost.
Congratulations. Money well spent. At least we don't have to see it next year.
What?
You know,
What is
see.
that?
It was a banana that was taped to a wall as a as one of
I have
those.
to
Send me
get
the link
beanies.
to that. 'Cause
Beanies
God
are up
knows.
there because that sale was pretty impressive.
Huh?
Maybe we could get a couple mil.
There it is.
Oh.
Crypto entrepreneur what's it?
Do all of
See,
these
that was
millionaires just look like Elon Musk now?
that was
Is
the
that-
They
banana.
must have a face transplant that they're doing.
They're just doing.
Crypto Mongol
Eats
he bought for 6.2 million.
No.
It was a banana taped to the wall.
Why?
So then after he ate
Wasn't it
it,
stale?
he taped it back to the wall.
Oh, right. And said, no, I want 8.9.
Fruit vendors.
The madness
Because my
of these
saliva
people,
is
you know.
on there.
Because
So
now my
that's
rich
my
ass
other-
money mouth has been on it.
Kiss these lips.
I also pissed on that shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
No,
The
it's
juices
not.
are still dropping down the wall. That's part of the art.
Okay, we're taking it too far now. What's yours?
Mine is a simple one.
You
I meant to do it
loud.
last week actually. Was Wretch released a single, I think it was last month, to be
Blogger.
fair, but I've been bumping it ever since, and it's black and British, and it kind of just plays on the connotation of what it means to be black and British, and how those two terms kind of interlink in UK society, and obviously just done amazingly as always with Wretch. So yeah, give it a listen, guys. Absolutely another gem. Well done, Wretch. And just a little follow up.
Oh God, which
My baby's
child
going
today?
to Peru.
Oh, you know.
My
She
baby
is.
going to
She did that.
Peru.
She did that.
Told ya. I just knew
Geniuses.
it. I just knew
All of
it.
them.
So yeah, here comes the roller coaster of
Yeah,
emotions.
nice,
now,
Rich.
'cause,
This
yeah.
is the start of the
Now I've got to
the
open up
new
my
beginnings.
pocket.
It only gets bigger from there.
You
I know, yeah, amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
after Peru, they might be like, "Oh, you've been amazing. Would you like to come to Mexico? Would you
Oh,
like to
no.
come
No,
here? Would
not
you
Mexico.
like to
We're
come
gonna go
here?
see the Mayan temple
to
and
go
all
to
of that type of
everything?
stuff. So it's just absolutely amazing opportunity.
Yeah, that will
It
be a good
really sounds
So
opportunity.
yeah.
Really good sound.
Well done, babe.
Absolutely. Right.
So, this week's riddle is.
I didn't say I was on Riddle.
You are.
Riddle, riddle.
I said I was on Dilemma.
You're on riddle as well as dilemma.
Not tonight.
That's not how it works, is it? Is
Not
it?
today, it's not anyway.
I need to donate this stuff. Like,
No, I don't think so.
Oh, no, they don't want your old stuff. They want only strictly
did you
new
watch
stuff.
it? Did you watch
No, I
it?
still haven't got round to it. Do you have you seen how busy my week has been? No, you probably haven't, but
No,
It's been
because
a
this
madness.
week has.
I have a neck but no head. I have 2 arms but no hands. What am
I
I?
feel like we've done this.
No, we haven't.
The
riddle. So,
Until
is
next time.
subscribe,
Like and subscribe.
Don't
like, comment if you want to.
Comment if you want.